Hey guys, how you doing? If you watched my last video about FP Canada's long-term projections guidelines, welcome to the video. If you didn't, maybe watch that before you watch this one because it's going to give you an idea of why this video makes sense. About a week ago, I did myself a huge favor and I watched The Hunger Games again, and Katniss was just destroying everybody. And, one of the big messages in that movie is, may the odds ever be in your favor. And it got me to thinking, okay, I love it. How do we create odds in our favor when we are investors? And it is very simple. It is really as simple as this. But what happens is news, short-term trends, people you see that are making huge returns one day, but not telling you about the losses the other day, following the herd mentality, trying to time the market, all of these other things that come into human nature and gambling makes people lose and do poorly. And I'm not saying that this strategy is going to make you be the big winner, but this strategy is putting the odds in your favor of having good long-term returns that are going to help you achieve your goals with the lowest level of stress possible. That's it. So that is the bottom line that you need to think about when investing, because all of this crap that's happening in the world always is happening. So let's look at how to put the odds in your favor. And there are three things. So I like to think about this as a roulette board that has half black and half red and numbers on it. And the reason that the casino makes money is because of the two greens. So the odds are in the casino's favor because they are going to win a very small percentage of the time. If you're just going all red all the time, they're still going to get their cut. But where they really make the money is on people actually gambling by choosing specific numbers. And that's always going to happen in the investing game, is people are going to choose specific numbers and they're going to either win huge or get their asses handed to them. And if you see a whole bunch of people winning huge, all of a sudden you're going to want to follow that. You can never do that, because betting all of your stuff on those numbers is super risky. I'm not saying maybe don't take a chip every once in a while and say, I feel pretty good about 36 or whatever. Give her. However, you don't want to bet your whole stack on anything other than the surest thing. And what is the surest thing? 100% of the time in history, investing more in equities is going to win. It's won 100% of the time over going in gold, going more in bonds, going more in this. Companies over time have gone up and down with the economy and everything else, but are built to make money. And if you own all of them, then some are going to fail. So instead of betting on like one at a time, you're betting on all of them. Now new ones are going to come in and you're going to own them, and they're going to make the most money. However, you're going to see a lot of ups and downs by doing that. So a lot of people aren't comfortable with going all in equities. But the higher equity percentage you have, the higher chance of having a winning formula long term. Very simple. More equities, more long-term growth. That's it. Better dividends, better whatever, all of that. However, you're going to see some downtimes, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, what you have to realize too is that the market, on average, wins over 60% of the days. So if I just told you you get to bet $100 a day and win 60% of the time, would you not do it? That's it. You got 60% more reds than blacks. Why would you ever bet on black unless you're like, I have a gut feeling, and then you'll end up eventually losing. And that's what people do. That's what they do because they're like, a lot of black is happening. I think a run of black is coming. No, stay on the reds. Second, reduce your fees. All the fees are doing, you're basically invested in the exact same things, is taking a bigger cut, taking more chips off the table every time you win. They're just taking more chips off the table. And every once in a while, that doesn't work. Reducing fees doesn't win every single time. Some active managers or bettors or whatever win. Kind of the luck of the draw. They just kind of get lucky over time. So instead, just put the odds in your favor and say, I want less of my chips coming off the board every time I win. I want the casino taking less of a cut. Do that. The chances of you winning are much, much higher. Very simple. And last but not least is stick with the path that you're on no matter what is happening. You're watching this board, things are going crazy, people are winning huge, they're doing all these things. Doesn't matter because you have a long time to do this. And every time you get more money, just bet it on this safe bet that is going to win long term. That's it. And if you do all of those things, then you will outperform, 99% of other investors that sometimes tell you they're the greatest investor since Warren Buffett. Now, if you see Warren Buffett playing on another table, go and follow him. He's probably going to beat this strategy. However, I don't know how much longer he's going to live or be playing that game, and it costs a lot of money to play at that table. So for normal people, do that. You'll win. Keep the odds in your favor. Can't miss out.